Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday met with stakeholders in the Niger Delta region at the presidential villa, Abuja. Also present at the meeting were the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo serving and former governors in the region, ministers, legislators, traditional rulers, activists and youths. At the meeting, the stakeholders presented 16 requests to the president as part of efforts to end the crisis in the region. The requests were presented by the Amayanabo of Tuon Brast, Bayelsa State King Alfred Dietis Pief, on behalf of the leaders who visited the president under the aegis of Pan-Niger Delta Forum, that's PANDEF. Among other things, the Niger Delta leaders demanded the allocation of oil blocks and awards of contracts to indigents of the region, review of the amnesty program, demilitarization of communities in the region, and relocation of operational headquarters of oil companies to the region, among others.
The meeting was arranged by the Minister of State Petroleum, and he accepted it. And I would say that it was when he approached us that he had been discussing with the President about our meeting him to discuss what the way forward. We also accepted. We agreed that we should meet.
It was a fairly good, fairly civilized dialogue between all the parties. I did make a speech in terms of what the federal government directions will be. The president gave his ideas in terms of what his thought processes were. I think it was a frank conversation. It is the beginning of a process. We had over 100 Niger Delta representatives led by Elder Statesman Chief Edwin Clark at this meeting. So it was very buoyantly attended. Opinions given were very honest, very frank to the point. It was a very civil relationship. But I think at the end of the day, we exchanged enough thought processes to go back to drawing board to begin a process of work. They asked for a proper funding of Niger Delta Ministry, which they believe should be the sitting point for development in the area. And they did ask for some level of support for the IDPs, or for displaced individuals who were in the Niger Delta area, who had been moved out of their corridors because of all the militancy that was going on there. And of course, finally, they did ask for business opportunities for the people in the region, especially the award of blocks, oil blocks to indigenous and state governments.
In the last 2.5 months, almost 3 months, I don't think we have had any re-issues with the Niger Delta Avengers. Because I know that after the meeting of 19th of August, the stakeholders meeting that was led by our elder statesman Chief Ike Clark, they actually keyed into that stakeholders meeting and have since then, we've not had any re-issues with them. It's important that we put this on the paper, and it is our hope that we'll continue with the consultation, and they are giving the others the mandate to speak on their behalf in meetings that would follow through.
We really need to engage the youth who have been trained by the amnesty program. In addition, you know, the Ogoni situation, for instance, is one of many. So while you are doing the cleanup in Ogoni, this should be extended to other parts also. And water supply is very essential because the United Nations Environment Program has declared that the water is unfit for consumption, for human consumption. So all these are things which add up to what makes the people of Niger Delta, although they laugh and act and smile, beneath that frown and smile, they are wearing a frown. So that is the situation. They're really feeling cheated and shortchanged. So these are what we pointed out. The federal government should bring out a team to go there, have a look, see, confirm all that we are saying, and see that these things are addressed.